So if you're watching this video, chances are you want to know how to replace your ignition switch, that's this thing right here, on your Hyundai Sonata. Perhaps your keys are being worn and they don't turn properly, or they get stuck. It's another thing. Or it's faulty for whatever reason. This one, the key would get stuck in the accessory or on position. You couldn't really turn it, so that's why this one needs to be replaced. But anyways, this is for a Hyundai Sonata. Specifically, it should be 1999 through 2014 Hyundai Sonatas, at least according to the Haynes repair manual. But just so you know, this is a 2008 Hyundai Sonata GLS, in case you were wondering. This is also a pretty simple repair, or fix, so it doesn't take long, nor does it take many tools. But just know you'll have new keys. First up, got to pop the hood. So at the engine, so you're going to go to the battery, going to remove the negative terminal. This is a 10mm socket. Just going to tuck that away. So to get this ignition switch out, we have to remove this panel right here. So to do that, on the left side, pull this little cover off. It exposes some screws that hold in this cover. So we got one screw here and one down here. Alright, so those are free. Now on the bottom, got a screw here. Again, this is one screw over down here. Other one's on the opposite side, right there. Next up, we're just going to pry this little panel off. I just got a small screwdriver, just something to fit inside there. That's all. Let that hang there. Next up, we're just going to yank this panel off. Grab it from the bottom, pull on it. Pulling from the top. And it's held in with these little plastic connectors, so if it pops off, just put it to the side. You need those to put them back on. Same thing over here, and on this side too. Over here, just gonna gently pull it out, just like that. And again, it's held in by those clips, just put them to the side. Didn't want to break anything, so I just left it in there for now. Don't feel like disconnecting anything, so not necessary. Well, now we have the ignition switch right here. Just gonna gather the plastic fasteners from before. Don't mind the mess, not my car. Those are the fasteners you want to keep a hold of. See, one's still in there. Just gonna take it out. Should be easier to put in later. And one over here. Take that back. Should be a total of 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and one's still on here, so I'm gonna keep that on. Alright, so next up we have this white electrical connector or connection. Just gotta take that out. Just push it down at the top, then wiggle it out. That's it. Move out to the side. Now we're gonna put a key in here. We're gonna turn it to the on position. On position, good. Leave it there for now. And again, the battery should be off. It is in this case. So on the new one, let's see, it's basically in this position. The new one, you can see the button better. This little button right here has to be depressed in order to pull it out of a slot. Alright, so again, that little hole, there's a little detent in there. You just need something small to push in there to depress the detent. I can't show you that while holding the camera. So after playing with it for a minute, I realized that it actually has to be in the accessory position. But I'm just using a small, like 2mm hex head Allen wrench just to put in that slot. I'm going to push in the slot. I'm going to pull this cylinder out. So I have my Allen wrench in the detent. I'm going to depress the pin. Now I can just pull this out. And that's it. Before you insert a new part, this is a perfect time to inspect the new one compared to the old one. Just make sure they are identical. And they do appear to be. You'll notice there are certain slots, and those align with the equivalent slots in the back. Alright, so with the new one, I'm going to put the key in, turn it to the accessory position. That allows you to push this in, because if it's in any other slot, it does not allow you to push it in all the way. So now, just gonna slide this in. So just had to wiggle it a little bit. It sits into position pretty well.
It did? Okay.
Just gotta move it a little bit side to side, and then it eventually, I didn't push it in all the way so you can see it. Make sure the wires are not being pinched. That's in. Alright, so now I'm just going to make sure the detent is seated properly. But I can see the little pin in the hole, so I know we're in position. Now I'm just going to take the key, take it out. Gonna re-plug this in. Remember that little tab goes on your left. That's plugged in. That's in there. Just before I put the panel back on. Yeah, engine's off. Turns very smoothly, which is great. Now we can just put the panel back on. These plastic connectors, for ease of installation, I'm going to put them on the actual trim piece. So one goes here. Other one right over here. Two on the right. And then one is still on there from before. You should have 5. And again, those are gonna go in this slot, those 2, this one, and that one. Alright, just gonna push that in. That one's good. At this point, you can just push this panel back in. Just clicks in place. Alright, next up we got the screws. So we got this one down here. Once all the screws are on, just double check. 1, 2, 3, 4. Gonna put this piece back on. And there's just some slots, as you can tell, one on each end. Sorry, that's probably out of camera. Let's make sure it's pressed on firmly. That's on. That's good. Now we'll go back to the battery. Watch for the spark. Again, 10mm. Close the hood. Take the new key. And car. Accessories on. Engine on. And we're good. Well, hope everyone enjoyed the video. This was honestly a really simple repair. I'll have some information and links in the description. If you have any questions, definitely let me know. And thanks for watching. Oh, and the part is from TRQ, Trusted Reliable Quality. That's the 1A Auto. Now, I've gotten a lot of their parts before and I have no problems with them, so worked out pretty well.